So, what we're working with this time around, Cancer darlings, is the King of Wands in the past, King of Pentacles in the present, and the Seven of Pentacles in the future. So, right off the bat, we're going to look at this King of Wands here. I feel like this person, that's in the present now used to be very exciting, very passionate. They had a lot of enthusiasm and I feel like a lot of like heat and a lot of alluring energy. They were just very attractive, I feel. They were also honestly a new adventure in a sense. They always brought a new adventure. They're always challenging thought, challenging your passions. I feel like you could conquer the world with this individual, and I feel like that energy with this individual really kind of felt somewhat intimidating sometimes, but at the same time it was, I don't know, it's just, it got you out of your comfort zone in a big way. Now, in the present, you have the King of Pentacles. So I think things have slowed down. They showed commitment. They're really reliable. And they're really grounded as well. I feel like this is the type of energy that really makes you feel secure, that makes you feel really, in place, if that makes sense. Because you're a water sign, your emotions tend to go really deep and within, and it's hard to kind of pull you out, but at the same time it kind of flows in which way direction. So it's really good to have like two like rocks kind of channeling the stream rather than just an open stream. So I feel like this person has really grounded themselves. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Now I get this sense though that they've really gone out of their way to show that they're really committed. I think in the beginning they were more fun. They were more, I don't know how to say this. Like they were more active in the social area. They were just new territory, and it was just, it was exciting, but at the same time it was, it was kind of hard to, break out of those kind of comfort zones, especially if you've been in a certain, you've been in some certain kind of place for a while, because it's indicating here with the Four of Pentacles. Now we move on to the future. You have the Seven of Pentacles. So you're not sure exactly, where this could take off, where you should start. Honestly, it's a one of those, those situations where you're trying to figure out whether or not this is where you want to go. And this could potentially be that not only this person is the King of Pentacles here, right? They're not only very committed and, willing to, settle down and commit to you, but they've lost their spark in a sense. They've lost their flame. And I feel like with this King of Pentacles, not only that, if they came off as very exciting and very passionate in the beginning, they've gotten boring. They've gotten a little more, practical. Like they're very focused on career. So I feel like the King of Pentacles, yeah, you're not sure exactly where this could lead. You're not really sure if, where you are headed is somewhere you want to continue going. Now, internally, guys, you guys are feeling, especially in the past year, you guys felt like you kind of felt a little trapped. It was very interesting, like the King of Wands here, it was showing you guys, I don't know, it was almost like he or she, because this could be anybody, I really feel like this individual kind of made you feel not only trapped in yourself, but see how much you don't go, you're not outside of your shell. You're constantly in your shell. I think they shined a lot of light on the cage that you have here. Because externally you have the Four of Pentacles, right? So you had a lot of stuff you were holding on to. There was a lot of things that was keeping you bound. That was keeping you from being able to step out of your comfort zone. And I feel like it had a lot to do with not being able to see clearly, not being able to, trust your thoughts and allow your thoughts to encourage you and to find ways of, and solutions, rather than keeping you bound and holding you back. Okay. And I feel like that is the result of the Four of Pentacles. It was just a lot of mental stuff that was going on, a lot of things mentally that was keeping you from being able to make the moves that you need to make. Seeing how much you're valued, seeing how much you can manifest, and seeing what your heart's desire is. Okay, but most importantly, going and striving for that and going after it instead of just settling for what you've been usually, you know, comfortable with. And I feel like that this person definitely ripped you right out of those roots, and they've kind of honestly inspired you to step outside of your comfort zone. And honestly, I feel like encouraged you to look outside and see what's really actually there, which is you potentially, you know, holding back because potentially you're feeling vulnerable here. You've just got this place of, you know, stability, and you just, you know, it's a very vulnerable place to be when you're having to step outside of your comfort zones, when you're having to, you know, try and develop a relationship with someone after something happened where you feel like you're incapable of being able to start over. Now, moving on to the present, you have the King of Pentacles here. Someone's more committed. Someone's more willing to, you know, to make a future with you. They're very dedicated. However, they've dropped their fire, though. They've lost their fire. They've become more practical. And I feel like this individual has been very focused money-wise, or potentially that this person is very engaged in their career. Like they're not emotionally there. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of passion. I mean, when these two come together, there could potentially be a lot of intimate times between you and your individual, right? Between you and your person. But I do feel like there may be a bit of unavailability sometimes, considering that you got two very practical cards here. Now, internally, how you feel about that is that the world, right? They've committed. They're willing to work with you. They've really put in the time to really say, hey, you know what? I'm ready to make something happen. And I feel like, honestly, you're going through that process of where things are things are actually really, really good. Things emotionally are really good. And they've become more, I guess, mature in how they're seeing their future. They're very, you know, driven in regards to manifesting something with you. Now, with the Knight of Pentacles, this is very focused, very practical thinking, very focused on the details. And I feel like they're really taking their time with making things right, with making sure that they're, you know, they're balanced, or they're doing the right thing regarding their future with you, regarding their career, regarding their studies if they're going to school. So I really feel like this individual has completely committed, and they may have lost their fire, though. They may be a little bit boring. There is a slow process, of course, with Pentacles and something long term. Like when you saw that Three of Pentacles there with Three of Swords, yeah, there was a lot of you know, work that needs to be done, right? When Pentacles comes up, it's going to take a long time. Just plain and simple. But I feel like with the Knight of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles, I mean, this is not technically bad energy. They may be just a little bit more hands-on. They may be feeling of, you know, thinking a lot more practically, and they may have end up losing their fire a little bit. You know, they may have, you know, dropped the fun for a second and really became more serious, if that makes sense. Now, with the serious energy, you move on to the Seven of Pentacles, because you're trying to figure out whether or not this is something that you want. This is something that you really want to go towards. Maybe you're just getting outside of your comfort zone, and now you've reestablished some sort of commitment here with this individual. But you're just like, I don't know if I can continue. The fun is down. Like, I don't know. This is very serious. And this is, you know, it's not, I don't know. It's like, it's a good thing that they committed. You know, it shows that here. But at the same time, externally, it's a slow process. It's a slow build. Not necessarily that it's procrastination, because the King of Pentacles doesn't procrastinate. But most important, I really feel like things could just be moving in such a faster rate, and you guys could have a little bit more fun. But it's been so serious. So now you're thinking of whether or not you have I don't know if you're thinking if you have what it takes, but I do feel like there is a lot of rethinking. There's a lot of contemplation about whether or not there is a future to continue, or if you want to continue this future at all, continue building with this individual, or what does it take to make something wonderful with this individual, because they show that they're committed to you. They're showing that they're committed, and the way that they are with you, the way they talk, they're very, very, very solid. So it's like, here there is a bit of doubt. I'm going to have to pull on that one because, you know, it's so vague. Internally, though, you're looking at the Two of Pentacles. So as you're trying to make a decision, obviously, But externally, there is a break. Okay, why is the Seven of Pentacles coming up? The Two of Wands. Jesus, yeah, it's about decisions, about where to go, where to move forward. And if there is, if you want to put that time behind, that time and effort behind the decision that you make. And I feel like you're making very practical decisions. This individual here is very practical right now, very dry, and they're not really giving you a lot to work with. So it's very hard if you want to make, decisions when you're constantly, looking at what the security support, the practical aspects of this relationship, because this is a relationship, all right? At the end of the day, this is a relationship. You have to have emotions here. And all I'm seeing is wands, swords, pentacles. I'm not seeing any water. And water is emotion. It's the connection. It's the spiritual. So the only water I'm seeing is behind the Two of Pentacles. So it's like there's a lot of looking at the practical. There's a lot of serious conversation with you and this person. So when it comes to this building for the future thing, I really feel like it's, you're having a hard time figuring out what it is that you truly want, because you're only looking at this water energy. You're only looking at this Pentacles energy, but your emotions are pushed back. You're not really, it's like what's more important, rather than how do you feel about the options that are in front of you? How do you feel about this individual? How do you feel about the future? How do you feel about you being with this person? Is this your ideal partner? There's a lot of things that have emotional, you have emotional, decisions to make, rather than practical, or both even. And I feel like that's what it is. It's almost like you're stuck in a certain situation where you're not sure of what you're feeling, and that's why you have this break coming up, potentially. Or maybe you need this time away, or maybe you step back for a second. You're like, hold on, I need a moment to really think about everything. And that's totally acceptable, right? All right, let me go ahead and pull you guys your romance angels for this week. I did have a request in the comments for romance angels, so I will pull you guys romance angels this week. It was going up in the rotation anyway. Alright, and you guys have, it is safe for you to love. Okay, so really that makes a lot of sense. It's almost like you're looking at, with the Two of Pentacles here, you're looking at the security that the relationship offers. You're trying to figure out or assess exactly which direction or which option is the best option. Should you try to continue to go it solo, or take it slow, or do you want to fully commit? Because I feel like this person is in. It's all in. They're all feet in. They're like, hey, I want to be with you. That's great. And you feel like this is a great accomplishment. However, you're trying to, it looks like here that you're taking your time when it comes to commitment as well. You're committed, but are you committed? Are you looking at the details right now? Are you really taking it slow? Are you sure that you can trust this individual, considering how they were in the past? They were a lot more fun. They were a lot more outgoing. They were a lot more socially active. Like they could have been, they could have had a lot of people around them presently. So can you really be comfortable with this relationship? Can you truly commit to this individual who has probably been, active in their communities, or very social, and they've had a lot of people around them before you? Can they really settle down and be this individual for you? And it looks like the answer is yes, if that is your question. So what's keeping you from being able to allow yourself to enjoy the connection and to build off of this connection? Because there is something here, and this person is very much committed. But it's all about love, and it's all about it's all about letting yourself love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all, guys.